You're welcome to my complete Java course. In today's video lecture, we are going to learn constructor in Java. So let's start today's video lecture. Constructors in Java. So what is constructor in Java? A constructor in Java is a special method that is used to initialize objects. The constructor is called when an object of a class is created. It can be used to set initial values for object attributes. So basically, constructor is called when we create the object. So what the main objective of the constructor is? Constructor is used to initialize the object attributes. Suppose in our class we define a class, and in that class we define some variables like name, ID, roll number, address. So these are the field is initialized at the time of object creation. But these fields are initialized by the help of the constructor. So types of constructor. There are two types of constructor. Default constructor, which is no argument constructor. Number two, parameterized constructor. So number one, default constructor. This does not accept any parameters. Means default constructor does not accept any parameters. Usually using this you can initialize the instance variables with fixed value. So the constructor name should be the class name. Constructor name should be the class name, and constructor never return anything. So here is a simple class. We define a class with name sample, and we have a one property int I and public sample. So this public sample is a constructor, and in this constructor we are initializing the value of I. How we are initializing? We are initializing this dot I. This dot I is referring this I because this represent the current class object. So we have learned about the this and super in the previous video lecture. So for the initializing I, we will use this dot I and we are passing the value. If you do not provide any constructor, the Java compiles, writes one default constructor on behalf of you and initialize the instance variables with the default value such as 0 for integer, null for string, and 0.0 for float. So if you not define any default constructor in your Java class file, so after the compilation, compiler add one default constructor and it will initialize the fields or variable with the default values. Like if you define a variable type of int, then it will initialize that value with the default value which is 0. Now number 2 is parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor accepts parameters. Usually using this you can initialize the instance variables dynamically with the values specified at the time of instantiation. So here we create a sample class, define a field I, and we are defining a parameterized constructor. In the parameterized constructor, we are passing the value of I. So whatever the value we pass in the constructor, that value is assigned to the variable. So in the default constructor, they defining variables initialize with the default value, but by using the parameterized constructor, you can initialize your variables with the given values. So here is the example. Suppose here we take an example, a student data class, and we define a two field name and age. So parameterized constructor, we define the constructor name should be the class name, public, then student data, and we are passing two parameters, string name and a integer age. This dot name, so it is referring this name, and we are assigning this name values to this name, and from this name is assigned the value from when we create the object. At that time we provide the value of this name and age. In the default constructor you are defining the values your own. Okay, so in the default constructor you are initializing the variables by the hard coded value, but in the parameterized constructor you can provide the value at the runtime or when you create the object. Okay, so here is the two constructor we have defined in the test student data class. Now we have created a one display method which is displaying the name and age. Okay, now we will print this name and age by helping of by calling the default constructor, creating student data class object using default constructor. So how will you create the object? You will create the object student data, then the reference or object name equal to sign, then new, then student data and parenthesis. So this represent student data. This represent the constructor. So here you are not passing anything. So it is showing a default constructor. So here we are calling the display method. So it will print the default constructor values of name and age. So at this time it will print the Krishna and 20. But if you create the object with the help of parameterized constructor, so in the parameterized constructor you are passing Gopal and 25. So now you call the display method, it will print the age and name with this value we are passing in the parameterized constructor. So at this time we will get the output Gopal and 25. Let's show you with practically on the Eclipse IDE. So friends, I have created a student data class, gives the two property name and age, and here I created the parameterized constructor and assigning the value to name and age by using the parameterized constructor, and here I am assigning the value for name and age by using the default constructor. And here we create a one display method which is printing the name and age. Okay, now first we comment this parameterized constructor. So here first we create a student data object by using the default constructor. So this shows always the constructor. Here we are not passing anything in the parenthesis, so it is showing the default constructor. If you pass the value in the parenthesis, so it is called the parameterized constructor. So it will create the object. When it will create the object, so it will call the default constructor. So this constructor will be called and it will assign the value Krishna to the name and age is 20. So now this name and age has the value Krishna and age 20. If you call the display method now on the S1 object, so it will print the Krishna and 20. Let's run it. Okay, so now you can check The name of the student is Krishna and age of the student is 20. Now we will remove this comment and comment it. Now you can check we are calling the parameterized constructor. We are using the parameterized constructor for creating the object. So at this time the parameterized constructor will call. This parameterized constructor will call and the values which is Gopal and 25 will be assigned to this name and age. And now we are assigning this name and age to this name and age. So if you run this program now, you will get the student name is Gopal and age of the student is 25. Now we will talk about the constructor rules. There are few mandatory rules for creating the constructors in Java. Number 1. Constructor name must be same as name of the class. Number 2. There cannot be any return type in the constructor definition. Number 3. There cannot be any return statement in constructor. Number 4. Constructors can be overloaded by different argument. Suppose constructor, you can create multiple constructor in a class. In the previous example, we create the two constructor. One is default constructor, another one is parameterized constructor. So this constructor, if you define more than one constructor in a class, that is called the overloaded constructor, because the name of the constructor is same, but the parameter is different. Number of the parameters is different and type of the parameters is different. That is why it is called the overloaded constructor. What is overloaded and override we learn in the polymorphism concept, but here you have to keep in mind that constructor can be overloaded by different arguments. Number 5 is if you want to use super, that is super class constructor, then it must be first statement inside constructor, that we have learned in my previous lecture, this and super. Constructor chaining. What is the constructor chaining? In Java, it is possible to call other constructor inside a constructor. It is just like a method calling but without any reference variable. Now we can call constructors of either same class or a parent class. Both uses different syntax. Number 1. Call same class constructor. To call other to call no argument constructor of a same class, we use this and parenthesis. And to call the same class argument constructor, we use this with a parameter. For example, we have an employee class and we create a parameterized constructor, public employee string first name. So this is a parameterized constructor. But in this parameterized constructor, if we call the default constructor, then we give this and parenthesis. So if there is any default constructor, like this is a default constructor, so this will call here. Public employee, this is the another one employee constructor with two argument. If you want to call the parameterized constructor, this is a parameterized constructor. So you can call this constructor from this constructor by the help of this, and you pass the parameter. So calling constructor with single argument of string type. Constructor chaining. Number 1. Number 2. Call superclass constructor. To call constructors from super or parent class, use super keyword. The uses of super keyword is similar to this keyword. Only difference is that super refers to super class and this refer to current instance. Public employee Okay, and you define refer to object class constructor as it is parent class for every class. Super, if you call the super, it will call its super class. So if in this case we are not extending any class, so the super class is the object class, so it will call the super class constructor. So let's I show you constructor chaining with the example. So just look with the previous example. Suppose here we have a student data class with two field name and age, and this is a default parameters constructor, and this is a default constructor. Okay, now we have a display method. Okay, now we are creating or calling the default we are creating the parameters constructor and calling the display method. But from this default constructor, from this parameterized constructor, this is our parameterized constructor. This is our parameterized constructor. We want to call the default constructor, so we can call by using the this. Okay, now this constructor will be called first, then it will execute this and it will call the okay. So after this in this you can write a message default constructor call. Okay, now just run it. So default constructor call, so it means now you have called the default constructor from the parent class constructor. Okay, now if you want to call the super class constructor, then suppose we create a super class teacher. Okay, now you define a default constructor public teacher super class constructor. Okay, now if you want to call the super class extends, now we make a student data class as a child class. Okay, now if you want to call the parent class default constructor, so you can call the parent class constructor from anywhere. Like suppose you call from here, from the parameterized constructor, you just need to write down super keywords. Okay, so it will call the super class default constructor. So for super class default constructor is teacher. So now if you run this, you will get the output super class constructor, default class constructor, then parameterized value is Gopal and 25. What is the flow of the execution? When you create the object student data with passing the parameter Gopal and 25, so it will call the parameterized constructor of this class student data. So this is the parameterized constructor. This one is the parameterized constructor. So the control will come here. It will call the default constructor of the student data class. So now control will come here, student data class. From the now student data class, it's see the super. statement, it will goes its parameter, its parent class. In the parent class, it will execute the default constructor. Okay, if you have a parameterized constructor in the parent class, and if you want to call that parameterized constructor, you need to define super with some parameters. Okay, but here we are given the example with the default constructor. So default, now it will execute the parent class constructor. Now again control will return into the default constructor. It will assign this and execute this statement. Again it will control go to the assigning these values, and now it will call the display method, so it will print the name and age. So this is the flow of this AND super, or calling the default constructor and parameterized constructor of a class. So friends, thank you for watching this video lecture. I hope you enjoy this video lecture. In this video lecture, I have covered all the concept of the constructor, how to create a constructor, how the constructor is called when we create the object, and how to call the parent class constructor, default constructor, or parameterized constructor. So thank you for watching this video lecture, and watch my next video lecture for learning new things in Java.